Slam channel. Hope you all had a great weekend. Today is Monday, November 27. We got Monday Night Football between the Bears and the Vikings. I'll have my NBA video out later when I do more of the research and more of the props are out. Not very fond of this game, to be honest with you, for Monday Night Football. It was pretty tough to actually gather a 5-man slip, but this is what I got. And my first one and my favorite for the day for NFL is Jordan Addison. And I'll be taking his receptions. I think this is going to get bumped to 4. My second option will be his receiving yards. Obviously, PrizePicks does not have fantasy scores. They only have 2 fantasy scores. Usually, I like to base some of my picks on fantasy scores. But I'm going to take Jordan Addison over receptions. My second one would be Cole Kmet at 4. I'll be taking the over on that. He's gone in the past 4 of the past 5. Next one I'm going to take is Joshua Dobbs. And for him, there's a couple props that were pretty interesting. But I'm going to be taking his pass attempts. He does run the ball. But he doesn't really pass as much. But at 231, it's pretty low. But he doesn't really average over 250. I mean, you can see his past 5 averages 215. He does run the ball. His fantasy score is not up. If his fantasy score was up, I mean, that's probably what I'll take since he runs the ball. But I'm gonna be taking his pass attempts. He's gone over 5 of the past 6. So at 32.5, I think this is gonna get bumped to 33. I like the value here. Next up, I'm going with will be TJ Hawkinson. And for him, obviously, his fantasy score is not up either. But for this one, I'll be taking his actual first half receiving yards. Obviously, a second option will be his full game receiving yards. But I like his first half. His average is much better, getting more than 40 yards in the first half. I think he averages about almost 50 in the first half. You can see his 58.2 in the first half. And if you look at his full game, he does average about, I think, 70 or 80. But there's a bigger differential in the first half in receiving yards. So I'm going to be taking the first half. Obviously, a second option will be his full game. But I like his more on his first half. And my last one, which fantasy scores were not up, I'm actually going to take a combo prop, which I usually don't do. But I like this one in the first quarter. I'll be taking the field goal one, Cairo Santos and Greg Joseph to just do 1 field goal in the first quarter. And given the matchup against the Vikings and Bears, the only reason I don't like this matchup, it can go either way. It can be a blowout or it can be a defensive game where not much scoring is done. So I'm going to take the chance here in the first quarter for a field goal to be made, which I think it will. So I'll be taking the over on that. But those are the 5 that I have for NFL. I'm not very fond of it, to be honest with you. Obviously, I'll be focused on NBA a little bit later. But these are my picks. I think 3 of these will be bumped closer to game time. Jordan Addison and Cole Kmet over receptions. Joshua Dobbs over pass attempts. TJ Hawkinson over first half receiving yards. And Cairo Santos, Greg Joseph combo prop. First quarter field goal made more. So good luck, mix and match. I remember PrizePicks is holding a promotion today. I believe they are holding a 6-man 30x. Make sure you guys have to opt in into promotions. But it's a 30x. If you guys are gonna do a 6-man, I'm gonna wait for that and do it for NBA. So stay tuned for that. Please like, subscribe, and comment. You guys can stay informed. Hope y'all had a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next one.